fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there.
It's here, the G.I. Joe collection. Infantry trooper. Codename Grunt. Bazooka soldier. Codename Zap. Mortar soldier. Codename Short Fuse. Laser rifle trooper. Codename Flash. Ranger. Codename Stalker. Communications officer. Codename Breaker. Machine gunner. Codename Rock and Roll. Counterintelligence. Codename Scarlet. Commando. Codename Snake Eyes. Each sold separately. G.I. Joe from Hasbro.
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe.
Cobra's captured our attack cannon. Call in G.I. Joe. Go get Breaker. He can do it.
He never gives up. He'll stay till the fight's won.
Get the rapid-fire motorcycle.
G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe.
Ow! He did it.
You've not seen the last of Cobra.
G.I. Joe and Cobra the Enemy, each sold separately from Hasbro.
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe.
Cobra's attacking our winter outpost. Call in the members of the G.I. Joe team.
And here's Gung Ho, Airborne, Doc, and Snow Job. And every Joe has a two-handed battle grip.
Get aboard the Battle Bear. It's G.I. Joe to the rescue.
G.I. Joe. American hero.
We chased off Cobra. Way to go, Joe.
G.I. Joe Battle Bear, Joe and Cobra figures each sold separately from Hasbro.
He's a terrifying enemy of G.I. Joe. Destro is his name. Destro is his name. American hero. Fighting evil Destro.
Introducing Destro.
You better watch out, Joe. Hey, what's going on? Destro's stealing our tank. We gotta stop him. We're gonna get you, Destro. You've met your match, Joe. Destro is here.
G.I. Joe Battle Tank comes with figure, other figures, and Destro sold separately from Hasbro.
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe. American hero. G.I. Joe is there.
Enemy blockade. Send in the G.I. Joe motorized battle tank.
You can make it go left, right, forwards, and backwards. The G.I. Joe Battle Tank.
Smash the blockade. What a tank.
Each sold separately. The G.I. Joe motorized battle tank comes with G.I. Joe. Batteries not included from Hasbro.
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble.
Are those the new Joes, Destro?
Yes, Commander.
Who's on the watchtower?
That's the Jungle Trooper. Codename Rakundo.
And manning the howitzer?
That's the Flamethrower. Codename Blowtorch. And the Halo Jumper. Codename Ripcord.
Who's by the bivouac?
That's the Dog Handler. Codename Mutt. And his dog Junkyard.
They've not seen the last of Cobra.
Watchtower, Howitzer, Bivouac, and G.I. Joe figures each sold separately from Hasbro.
Cobra's stolen our plans. He's escaping in the Viper glider. Joe, catch him.
The G.I. Joe Falcon glider, flying high in the sky, sailing through the air. He's America's fighter. G.I. Joe can fly. He's a real American hero, flying high in the sky. He's chasing Cobra in a desperate race, soaring and diving in a great sky chase.
You did it, Joe.
G.I. Joe Falcon glider and Cobra Viper glider sold separately. Figures included from Hasbro.
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe.
It's a Cobra attack. Get the G.I. Joe hovercraft. Get the new Joes aboard.
G.I. Joe hovercraft holds 9 Joes. It's the big new way to bring the Joe team into action. And it floats on water.
Release depth charges. Yo, Joe.
A real American
Chase that Cobra. Way to go, Joe.
G.I. Joe hovercraft comes with driver, other figures, and equipment sold separately from Hasbro.
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe.
Cobra invasion. Get the G.I. Joe Sky Striker. Ace the Airborne. Let's get those turkeys. We're going to get Cobra this time. Our combat jets are on the way. Hey, check my missiles. They're A-OK. Great. I'm going down for a closer look. Way to go, Joe.
G.I. Joe Sky Striker comes with ace and 2 parachutes. Other figures sold separately from Hasbro.
Cobra Rattler, it's the wickedest weapon yet, you know. Rattler's gonna get G.I. Joe.
Introducing the Cobra Rattler.
Check my missiles. Rattler's going to stop Joe.
G.I. Joe, American
It's the Rattlers.
G.I. Joe is there.
We're outnumbered. That belongs. No, Joe.
Cobra Rattler comes with Pilot. Other G.I. Joe and Cobra figures and equipment sold separately from Hasbro.
I got it! Wow!
Introducing the G.I. Joe USS Flag Aircraft Carrier. Imagine being on the deck of this aircraft carrier.
The USS Flag is fantastic! It's so big! Over deck, middle blast station! Get ready to launch aircraft! Where's the Admiral? Not here!
G.I. Joe!
Fire! We start Cobra! Yo, Joe!
G.I. Joe USS Flag Aircraft Carrier comes with what you see here. Other figures and equipment sold separately from Hasbro.
Imagine this. Hey, we're behind enemy line. What's that? It's the Cobra bunker. Follow me. Who's guarding it? Dreadnoks.
Torch, Ripper, and Buzzer.
Let's tell the Joe. The G.I. Joe checkpoint.
Who's the commando?
Snake Eyes.
And there's Alpine.
And Airtight. And the Joe Air Defense. Yeah!
G.I. Joe Air Defense, G.I. Joe Checkpoint, Cobra Bunker, and Joe and Dreadnoks figures each sold separately from Hasbro.
We'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe.
Cobra's attacking. We're outnumbered. G.I. Joe to the rescue.
The G.I. Joe personnel carrier holds 28 members of the G.I. Joe team.
Let's go. Go get the new members of the G.I. Joe team. Here's Torpedo and Tripwire. Get the Joe team aboard and move them out.
G.I. Joe.
The G.I. Joe personnel carrier holds 28 Joe team members, each sold separately from Hasbro.
We'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe.
Leo Joe sees Cobra's new weapon, Hiss. Destro's a genius.
Hiss is unbeatable. Surprise attack. Call in the Wolverine.
Go get him, Cover Girl.
G.I. Joe. American hero.
So long, Wolverine. Hurry, Clutch. Wolverine's in trouble. Destro, look. Hiss is ready.
G.I. Joe, Wolverine, and Cobra's Hiss, each with figure. Other figures and equipment sold separately from Hasbro.
We'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe.
It's Major Blood in the Cobra Copter. They're after Gong Ho. Get the G.I. Joe Dragonfly Copter. Wild Bill to the rescue.
Major Blood, look.
Let's get out of here. Cobra's turning tail. Want to lift, good buddy?
G.I. Joe. American hero.
G.I. Joe Dragonfly Copter comes with Wild Bill. Other figures and equipment each sold separately from Hasbro.
He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe. Real American hero. G.I. Joe is there. It's G.I. Joe against Cobra and Destro, fighting to save the day. He never gives up. He's always there, fighting for freedom over land and air.
G.I. Joe Battle Tank, batteries not included. G.I. Joe Dragonfly Copter and Attack Vehicle, each sold separately from Hasbro.
Cobra Commander, he is the enemy. He's the enemy of G.I. Joe.
He's escaping in the Cobra Claw. Get the Nick Jaws and get him aboard the Skyhawk.
Introducing Duke, Roadblock, and Spirit.
G.I. Joe, American hero. G.I. Joe is there.
Cobra Commander got away. But we captured Storm Shadow. Yo, Joe!
G.I. Joe Skyhawk, Joe and Cobra figures and Cobra Claw sold separately from Hasbro.
This is it, the Cobra Sea Ray.
Cobra Sea Ray, it's a fighting machine. Ultra Blast Joe to smithereens.
Incredible Sea Ray splits to become a mini submarine and a one-man armored glider. And for attacking on snow and ice, the Cobra Wolf with twin laser cannons and special ski torpedoes.
It's the Techno Viper.
Cobra Wolf is vicious on ice and snow and hot on the trail of G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe,
Live the adventure of G.I. Joe, Cobra Sea Ray, Cobra Wolf, and other vehicles and figures sold separately.
Joe!